Welcome to Up All Night. I'm your field correspondent, William Miller. And tonight we have a guest, a man whose name is surrounded by controversy at all times. Whether it be from his infiltration of the elite camp at Bohemian Grove, where politicians and the powerful play, to his $1.4 billion settlement for defamation against the families of the Sandy Hook tragedy, and so much more in between. Welcome, Mr. Alex Jones.
Well, thank you for having me on. Fucking Onion bought my InfoWars, and I'm so angry.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up. I don't like to beat around the bush unless it's on fire, and then I urinate on it.
Oh.
So let's lay this out.
Oh, man.
The satirical site The Onion has purchased your licensing agreement to pay $81,000 a month to take control of your platform into InfoWars.
Oh, it's mine.
And the profits that are generated from that will directly go to the Sandy Hook families in that debt.
InfoWars was my show, and these people took my show. They are the polar opposite of anything that I stood for. You understand me, Will? I came out here because I'm pissed. I'm pissed about this. The Onion, a fucking vegetable? This is serious.
Well, let's slow down a bit. Let's explain to the situation of what is going on for the audience. So, the move from The Onion, their aim is to, quote, reform your misinformation website into parody. And they have tapped into the talents of comedian Tim Heidecker, known for the Tim and Eric Show. Have you seen this Tim and Eric show?
I don't know about no Tim and fucking Eric. I know that The Onion is a part of the globalist scheme to turn the people on the wrong side of history. I am not familiar with this Tim Heidecker. I don't know him. But I know that was my show. It's my show, Will. Mr. Miller, are you a part of this globalist scheme? What do you think? Who are these guys?
Well, hold on, sir. I have not seen this Tim and Eric show myself, nor have I actually seen your InfoWars. But I do remember Mad TV, and boy howdy, was that a great show.
Mad fucking TV? Listen to me. This isn't about Mad TV. This wasn't about onions. Actually, this is about me and what I was putting up to stop the globalist prophecy that I set forth, that was put in the Bible, that I saw was coming to be. I was stopping them from turning the frogs. I'm sorry, Will. This is a very hard time for me. Okay?
Now, when you say global elites, are you referring to the reptilian people?
What people don't understand is that there is a reptilian conspiracy to take over America, and it's been in the workings for a long time.
I see.
Okay?
Well, let me refer to your platform, InfoWars. Now, The Onion alleges that your platform is, quote, riddled with misinformation, and their goal is to take it and turn it into a parody platform for the greater good.
Parody. For the greater... Mr. Will Miller, I was fighting for the greater good this whole time. The Onion is a part of a globalist conspiracy against me. I'm telling you, they are the polar opposite of what our great president, Donald J. Trump, has been fighting for. I'm telling you, that's what they don't understand. They make jokes. They make jokes about the Epstein files. That's no joke. There's a reason that Donald Trump wants to keep that hidden from people. People can't handle that truth. They barely can handle the truth that I've been giving them week after week on InfoWars.
Yes, now, you proclaim that you know the truth, but more importantly, what are your thoughts on onion rings? Personally, I find them, I avoid deep-fried foods in general for health reasons, and I've come to the conclusion that onion rings, like French fries, are a cheap filler. Your thoughts?
Onion rings are cheap. Onions are filler. Ugh. Listen to me. This is about a conspiracy to take my network away. You understand? This isn't about onions, whether they taste good. I love onions on my burgers. Okay?
Well, that's not working at all.
I love with my red meat.
I totally lost you.
Onions with them, raw onions, cooked onions, grilled onions. I love it all. But this isn't the same thing. They are misbranding the great vegetable that is onions and rebranding them to take over InfoWars. I'm telling you. I can't believe what these people have done to my network. I can't believe Dicker and his Dick and Eric show. I can't believe any of that. This Ben Collins tried to take my show away from me, and let me tell you what, I've had just about enough of it. He was a part of the NBC News conspiracy to stop me, a globalist conspiracy to claim the world is round. When in fact, if you look at the numbers, the geospatial industry behind this, you will find that what Ronald Reagan, our greatest president, has put forth is that the world is not necessarily round. I seem to have lost you. This is a good time for me to state my case.
Lame.
My case is this. My case is as follows. The Onion is my number one enemy. And I'm here to stop it. To stop the Onion from taking over.
Ugh.
I have worked my entire life not to lose my entire network to a vegetable. They are misbranding, misnaming, misunderstanding what I stood for. I don't agree with what the court case said about me. I don't agree with any of it.
Ugh.
I don't know what to tell you. But that's how I feel. That's what I believe in. What I believe is power. I believe in the global conspiracy to correct me incorrectly. And that's what I have to say about that. It seems like I lost you, Mr. Will Miller. What kind of network is this up all night?
It's what we got.
Crap.
Now,
It's what
back
we got.
to the
I will
Onion.
take vengeance. Onion. Ugh. Can't talk about the onion anymore.
Well, specifically onion rings. Personally, I
Onion.
find onion rings. I don't eat deep fried food for health reasons. And I find onion rings as a cheap filler, like
Cheap filler.
fries, that only distract
Like
from the
fries.
main course of the meal. Your thoughts on onion
Okay,
rings?
I love a good onion ring. I love it on my burger. I love a good cowboy burger with barbecue sauce and a good onion ring on top. Okay? I find that the onion ring itself holds the barbecue sauce inside it, which brings me to my point about the world and the global conspiracy against me. I'm telling you, the Democrats are leading this, and they are taking control, and they are usurping control, just like that barbecue sauce is held in by that onion ring on a cowboy burger. But let me tell you this, an onion is good for you, Mr. Will Miller. It's good for
I
you.
find it very interesting. I had never had that thought that the onion ring holds the barbecue sauce on that burger. I will never look at a Junior Western cheeseburger the same again. My next question is referring to your behavior of removing your shirt in situations where it does not call for the removal of your shirt, but yet you still remove it.
Remove my shirt. Okay, look, you gotta understand, when I'm feeling something and I know and my blood's boiling, I get hot. I get too hot. Will, I get hot and I take off my shirt and I want to show people I'm raw. This is me. I'm not lying to you. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth about the globalists, the reptiles, the frogs. I rip my shirt because I'm feeling hot.
You
There was a time, Will.
you make another good point there, because now that I think of it, I do quite enjoy removing my shirt when I am relieving myself of my bowels. I do find it
Relieving
freeing and more comfortable.
yourself. Relieving yourself of your. Is this some sort of joke here? Relieving your bowels? You want to take off your shirt? I just lost info fucking wars, and you're telling me about your fucking bowels. My bowels have been removed from me. My intestines have been ripped out. I have been destroyed. I have been repaired. I've been put together. I've been hurt by this. I feels like my inside, my bowels have been ripped out from inside me. My baby.
Mr. Jones, please. So what you're saying is that you have never, while you were having an extended dookie, taken off your shirt?
What is a dookie?
Well,
What's a dookie?
some would call it a bowel movement.
A bowel movement? I'll tell you what a bowel movement is. A bowel movement is when the globalists come around and they take what you had and they turn it into some parody website named after a vegetable. I never take off my shirt. I don't understand this question. If this is some kind of comedy show, is this some kind of joke? Are you a journalist? I was told Up All Night was something. Will Miller, who are you?
I present myself as I show you, sir. Which brings me to my next question. Continuing on the shirtless. Um, you have connections with RFK Jr. and
Great
RF,
man. Great man. Great man.
uh,
Make America healthy again.
but my concern is I have seen video and pictures of this man with his shirt removed, which he is an older man in good shape. We can both say, unlike yourself, in good physique. But my
Yes.
concern is that I have seen many pictures of RFK Jr. shirtless and swimming in jeans. Do you approve of this behavior?
Now there was I'm telling you, a conspiracy against Mr. Kennedy when he was in that. He was swimming they said he was swimming among the fecal matter. He was swimming in a nice pond in fresh water, water not contaminated by the Democratic conspiracy.
Yes, Mr. Jones, I
I
understand,
agree
but
with
my
what he's done.
concern is not about the quality of the water. My concern is the swimming with jeans on. Do you not see the problem here with
He's
that?
a real
Yes,
he's a
we
real
have many
American man.
photographers.
A real American man. When a what? What'd you call him, a photographer?
We have many photographers that have taken, yes, we can confirm that the RFK Jr. has been physically in water without a shirt, but with jeans on.
I understand your fixation on jeans. They're heavy when you go in the water, when they get wet, but he's an American man. Denim has been a part of American culture since the beginning of America.
I don't
What's wrong
remember
with that?
what was it? I don't remember them bringing denim over on the Mayflower, but maybe I've gotten my history wrong.
Well, you would have your history wrong if you think that JFK was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald.
That is going serious so far. Until I see further evidence, I will have to go with the evidence presented.
Well, you obviously have never watched InfoWars because I put whatever. What do you want to say?
Well, we want to talk about conspiracies, as many people revere your platform and many people question it. I have a few conspiracies of my own that I'd like to run by you.
Please.
And actually, it has ties to your good friend Donald Trump, who is in the White House currently. Do you remember at the Trump inauguration, there was a small black boy with a congenital disease that was oddly held up by a member of Congress and carried around for a second? My conspiracy is they told us that was a 13-year-old boy with a congenital disease. But after seeing video of this boy, and specifically the one where there was some African American women twerking on him, and in his response, the way he responded, I think he may be a 50-year-old man with a disease that makes him look 13.
Now, let me tell you, you're on to something there. This was something that was pushed on him during the inauguration. That man was not who you thought he was. That was not a child. I'm telling you, that was an actor, a crisis actor, a way to sabotage the election, to make it seem like Donald Trump was faking it. But actually, this is a part of the Democrat conspiracy. They forced this actor to act in accordance with that, pretend he was a child, and
okay.
They were able to figure it out. Yes.
My next conspiracy is, I have seen many things in mainstream media that suggest young men should put things in their rectum, and I'm specifically referring to, I've seen multiple magazine articles talking about how pegging may bring couples closer together. Do you feel that pegging may be a viable solution in a relationship?
Listen, I cannot confirm or deny that I have not or have been pegged before. Okay?
I mean, most people could just say yes or no.
I can't confirm or deny it.
Okay.
I'm not willing to. I'm not willing to confirm, but I will confirm that the rectum is a underutilized area that has been demotivated by the globalist elite They understand the power of the rectum. They understand that medication, that feelings are made better by things inserted in there. So when I used to sell my male enhancement supplements on InfoWars, still for sale on InfoWars.com, I never said this on air, but the rectum was a great place. I'm starting to realize that you're onto something, Mr. Miller. You are onto something. You understood the conspiracy at inauguration. You understand the rectal conspiracy that I had a huge piece on that I was going to put out.
So what you're saying is the rectum is a compartment where should we be using for more storage?
The rectum is a direct line to all the body parts within you. Protein absorption when I was bodybuilding. If you need a caffeine boost, most people drink their coffee. But we sell a supplement that you can put right up your ass. It works.
Yeah.
It works. It sounds crazy.
I've heard of these. They're called coffee enemas. I hear it's big in the San Francisco community.
I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of it, but I cannot confirm or deny that I have done it myself.
Well, I would say if you suggest a product, you would want to know, you've used that product or you've done it, the benefits. You are a very healthy looking man at your age, which brings me to my next question. Being in the limelight with this controversy and examination of your life, it must just take a toll on you. The stress alone must weigh down on you and your family. I kind of akin it to how Shaq being worth $500 million, but yet he's still doing car insurance commercials.
Shaq is a part of a larger conspiracy. Shaq is forced to do those commercials. Those commercials, that insurance is a way to trick people.
I completely agree with you on that one. So we find ourselves in agreement.
The general is a symbol of a meritocracy.
Oh, I could see that. Back to the purchase of the InfoWars by The Onion. Their goal is to, quote, take a platform of misinformation and turn it into a parody site for the greater good. But the way this is doing, so I see that what they'll do is they're going to pay $81,000 a month for licensing agreement, and essentially forcing you out and turning to the platform into I would say another Onion. But my issue is, and they say that the profits of this will directly go to the families of the Sandy Hook tragedy, where it will actually pay your debt down. And I akin this to you building a house that has a lien against it, and then coming in and purchasing the house and paying on your debt. I'm confused on this situation. Could you explain it a little bit more in detail?
Well, I got it wrong. And they took everything from me because I got it wrong. I've been wrong every other time. I got one thing wrong, and this is what happened. So I owe some money. They didn't have to take everything from me. I got it wrong one time. I corrected myself the next day. I corrected myself. The next day. I apologized immediately. I said I got it wrong, but I owe these people everything. I lost everything. So this is what I owe. This is what the government says I owe.
Well,
so I'm going to pay.
Oh, hold on here, because you say you lost everything, but yet I continue to see you every day on major platforms I mean, I don't see how you lost everything. You still have your freedom of speech. You are still out there. So how can you say you lost everything?
Well, Mr. Miller, let me tell you. Look, the government can take everything from you, but it can't take your soul. I seek vengeance on the demonic spawn, the demonic portals they open up. Nothing can take away who I am. They know that power and truth are behind God. God is behind me.
Oh, back to portal. Do you
So,
think the rectum could be a portal?
the rectum is a portal. The rectum is a portal. The rectum is a portal, Mr. Miller.
For poop
The
to
rectum
come
is a
out?
portal.
Should the rectum be an exit only? Should we really be stashing car keys in our rectum?
It won't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to put that in there. It doesn't hurt. It don't hurt.
But now we must warn people that there are adverse risks to putting things in your rectum. I personally know people with a prolapsed rectum, and it does not make their life well.
Listen, prolapse is not a real term. There's a medical jargon made up by the FDA, federal liar agency.
Now, Mr. Jones, I have to vehemently disagree with you on that one, because I have personally seen a prolapsed rectum. And believe you me, it's not a pretty situation. It's very unsanitary.
I believe that's an actor that you've seen before. That's it. That's an actor. That was an
Now,
actor.
what
That was
would
an
you?
actor. That was special effects. Hollywood is involved in this. Hollywood. They say that the people who worked on that show, The Pit, have been creating fakes prolapse. The special effects team prolapsed anuses.
Now, actually, this brings us back around to your compatriot, I will say, Donald J. Trump, because he has said many times that many of these people are central casting. What do you say to that?
Yes, I will agree to our great president. We haven't had a president this great since Ronald Reagan, since Woodrow Wilson. This is the greatest president we've ever had, and I'm sure that we're going to find out more and more that Hollywood is behind this. I'm telling you, they're behind this. They test out the technology that was used to fake the moon landing was used in the movie Project Hail Mary.
I have
Funded by
not seen
Ryan
that
Gosling.
one yet. I hear it's actually pretty well done.
It's great because it's funded with our money. Hollywood is secretly a cabal that was paid for by Americans like you and me, Mr. Mill.
Now, you say it's a cabal, but every cabal has a top. We would say top of the pyramid. Who would you specifically say is the top of this pyramid?
Obama. Obama did it.
Obama did it. And
Obama did it.
Obama is the peak of the pyramid. He is the highest pinnacle. There's nobody above Obama.
Obama and his successor, Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden, yes, he is an interesting character. Oh, what's your thoughts on crack?
Crack cocaine was invented by the government. Crack cocaine was invented by the government to stop white working class people from being able to work and be addicted. It was created to stop white people.
Well, I mean, from my own personal experience, it doesn't. I don't see many people doing crack cocaine. They're usually very heavily into methamphetamines.
Methamphetamines, another FDA created drug. The FDA created methamphetamine, created crack cocaine to be able to stop the white working class from working, going to school, going to college.
But now, how do you square that circle that methamphetamines were used widely across the world in World War II? How does that tie in the FDA? The FDA wasn't around in World War II, and many of those
Yeah,
soldiers,
yeah.
Japanese, American, they were high as shit.
Now, this was a part of the Axis's plan. Adolf Hitler was on methamphetamine. Now,
Yes, that is documented.
FDA, the FDA was created by the Axis. What people don't understand is the Axis actually won the war. They've been behind all of this to begin with.
So the Nazis won World War II. I see.
I'm saying the Axis has won. Ronald Reagan was the first time that they began to stop. We began to fight back. Ronald Reagan knew the truth.
Now, isn't there CIA documentation that President Reagan was really into bestiality porn?
Ronald Reagan understood the power. I told you about portals. I told you about parts of the body that were portals. I told you about animals. Animals can be used in many different ways beyond food. I
Yes,
cannot
he was
confirm or
quite
nor deny
popular in
that I have
satanic
done.
death rituals.
These death rituals are disgust me. You got to keep it alive to do it.
But you say Reagan was a great man, but into... but moving forward. How is your loved one?
You got time for one more question, Mr. Miller? I gotta go.
Well, I would say, I don't really know if one more is. There's so much to what is your... If the goes through, the Onion takes over InfoWars, and you are forced out, what will you do? Because from what I understand is, like I said, they're actually taking your debt and paying it down for you. So isn't that a good thing?
Debt is a part of the globalist conspiracy. Debt is not real.
Debt is not real. Are those
No.
your final words, Mr. Jones?
Neither are credit ratings. Credit ratings were created by the three credit agencies. They were actually created by the Axis. That is my final words. Thank you, Mr. Bell. I have to go.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Jones. Good luck into your personal endeavors. Yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us with Mr. Jones on Up All Night.